seal of
Oh.
justice.
Oh god.
EJ, Tommy Cruise,
Yeah, we gotta
baby.
be.
Let's
Alright, this
go.
fucking
All right,
wings on
all
his ass.
wings.
Yeah. Extra
Owie.
disrespectful.
When
If
do you?
he.
So you want to grip rep wings? Yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. You tell me. You tell me when you want to do that,
Yep,
and we're
let's go.
going.
Grip rep.
Wingsing.
Yep, he swapped his shit. Okay, now get ready to go pally, go pally, go pally, go pally, pally. Hush, nice, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I'll string out here. He sits it.
Look at this.
Blade
I'll
storm.
kill him. I'll kill him. I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
Yep.
Blade storm down.
Bro, I love that strat. That's my favorite. Hey everyone, Darius here. So recently I've been getting a lot of questions on how to deal with very aggressive war palace as DK Preg. A lot of the better ones, they're going to start off very aggressively, popping a lot of cooldowns like Big Sack, Small Sack, Freedom, Retail, and Blade Storm. And they're really just going to put you on the back foot early on in the match. DK Preg into War Pal is a momentum fight, so I really don't like to be on the back foot at any point in these matchups. So I kind of developed a strategy to deal with that. Now, anyone familiar with wings knows you can use it kind of offensively and defensively. There is the defensive risk in that you're not able to bubble for 30 seconds after popping it, but you do get the bonus of one, having the counter pressure immediately available, and two, getting bonus healing from your infusion of light procs. So this is how we decide to utilize it, and this is how you can kind of punish a Warpal very early on in the match and really kind of shift the momentum in your favor, even if they are playing very aggressive. So I'm going to let it play out from here. Okay, so this is actually going to be a short series. I have a couple of games recorded versus this, and I also happen to have the point of view of the warrior in this case. Normally, I really wouldn't do this to someone, but this player in particular just really acts very entitled and snarky, so I don't really view him as worthy of respect. So I'm making this for both my enjoyment and yours. So quick tip, right? Early on in these matches, you really, especially in this map, the opener is typically usually the same. The warrior wants to open up with a charge, if he can. The charge is really beneficial for their opener because one, it generates rage. Two, it gives them a juggernaut proc, which gives them 25% chance to crit on Mortal Strike. And three, it stuns you briefly, so they're guaranteed to land their first auto and guaranteed to land that early rend or whatever they use as their first GCD. So a quick little pro tip is whoever they're targeting, try to jump onto the spot that they're jumping toward in order to deny them that charge. This doesn't sound like it makes a big difference, but when you're playing in high level games, these little subtleties really kind of change the outcome of matches and change the flow of the game. So I'm going to let it play out from here. The warrior and the paladin, they take their standard positions. The paladin gets his judge off early, and he kind of gets ready to position himself to keep the warrior a little bit more aggressive. So paladin moves down, he gets his hot up, and now the warrior's ready to go. So I see him targeting me. I immediately run toward him and deny him that early charge. So instead, to get rage, he's forced to use blood rage instead. He does manage to get the snare on us, but now here's the critical part of the strategy. When you're working with this early wings go, you're playing it off of the repentance. Now, it's super telegraphed if you just have your preg run straight at the paladin, right? The paladin repentance only has a 20-yard range. But Death Grip, luckily, has a 30-yard range. So if you just have your Preg just beeline right for the Paladin, he's going to see it coming. He's going to react with a sack or something else. So I prefer to start the game with an early grip on the Paladin and throw that rep immediately. And once that rep lands, if they haven't used sack, just send the wings. And I'll show you kind of how it works from here. So we grip him in. I start putting my diseases up on the warrior. Paladin's, he immediately reacts to the fact that he just got gripped in. He's expecting the grip Hodge, which is the more typical strat for most DK Pregs. So he immediately switches Sacred Shield off himself rather than sacking. But now there's a dilemma, right? So what's beautiful about this strat is there is no good answer for the War Pal in this case. If the Paladin doesn't swap Sacred Shield to himself, he's vulnerable for the follow-up go with the Hodge. And if he does swap Sacred Shield to himself, now the Warrior's naked, and the Warrior's going to be forced defensive very early, and we'll see that here. So we get our damage rolling, we get a freedom onto the Warrior, but the Warrior recognizes, oh shit, this Paladin just popped wings on me. I've got a freedom, but I've got to go defensive here. Like, I'm in a lot of trouble. My Paladin's going to be stuck in this CC. The Paladin can make the choice to trinket here, but that immediately puts them behind on cooldowns. And as we discussed earlier, Preg DK into War Pal, it's all about momentum. It's all about cooldown trades. If you can get ahead, then you can really pressure them and you can really punish them early in the game. So we get damage rolling on the warrior. He goes defensive. I see that, so I call the swap. We get ready to put the Hajj into the Paladin before he gets out of that rep. I pestilence my diseases over to that Paladin, and now we have a really good setup with my guard running to put this early pressure on the Paladin. So we get that Hajj. We're blasting him. We're just doing as much damage as we can. He doesn't trinket this Hajj, so continue. Force the bubble. I strang out of it. He fears. And then we just push. Now, in this case, this is a good Paladin. But he gets a little bit greedy here. He's playing with a Battlemaster trinket for whatever reason, so he decides to kind of go for it, right? He thinks, okay, well, maybe I can make it to the end of this string with enough HP from the Battlemaster, so he doesn't bubble in this case, but we finish him off anyway. And here's the beautiful part about this strategy. You notice that even though we went very aggressive on the Paladin at that point, the Warrior's still low too. So very often, because of this early wings, we're going to force not only the bubble off the Paladin, or a trinket at least, we're also usually going to force something like a shield wall off the warrior, because the second the Paladin trinkets or bubbles or does whatever he needs to do, we're going to immediately turn our attention to the warrior and still have that wings go. And that's just going to force a cooldown off them by default. So you really turn the game into a momentum shift right off the get-go, and you really keep that momentum advantage. So that's why I really like this style of fighting War Pal. So I hope this helps. I'm actually going to include the full POV of the War Pal. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.
The easiest comp to get rating at is Prot Healer. The second is Preg DK. And there's nothing even remotely close to those two comps. Yo, RMB, what up, brother? How we doing today? What do we got? Oh, my favorite. My favorite. Speaking of Preg DK. Wow, wings? Jesus fucking Christ, man. And that's why it's the easiest comp. You see, what they did was grip my healer and press every single button, and then won the game.
190, 191 or something.
Yeah.
We chill.
Holy shock.
Oh, they pre-shock. Okay.
You want to do the grip rep?
Yep, grip rep. Oh,
He's
well,
X.
Yeah, we just kite him out for a sec. I'm gonna drop a guard anyways. I'm gonna drop a guard here on this side.
Spell reflection.
Grip rep. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're pumping this word. Okay. We got a wall.
I can maybe kill. I can maybe kill.
Okay.
Hodge.
I'm gonna string. Oh, can you kill? I'm gonna string. No, I'm not.
I can't.
I have. I'm gonna IB. We can. Oh, we can stay on the warrior. Stay on the warrior. He doesn't have any.
Okay.
He doesn't have any. Just use both things.
Sure.
Spell reflection or mastery.
Can't
Alright.
maybe kill.
I have not. I'm not for the next heal. I'm not for the next heal.
Charge.
Ah, come on. Where's my ghoul? Please, ghoul. Come on.
Alright, well.
Yeah, unlucky.
Company.
I fucking. Now I hate fucking. My ghoul's a troll. We just move away.
Freedom.
We have a lot. I think we killed the ward this game.
Okay.
Just keeps pressuring the ward.
Sure.
I have a strength still, so.
I can Hodge soon.
Yeah, just Hodge the. Not yet. Yeah, you. 2 seconds. Full Hodge the warrior or Paladin. Full Hodge the Paladin. Nice. I strength out.
Trinketed belly.
Strength.
Defensive stance.
Committing.
Nice. That was a perfect grip.